Who wouldn't want it to have so many friends? And who wouldn't gain from having greater influence and position at work? We all do. In fact, all of us could stand to work on our interpersonal and communication abilities. Socrates Inc. present How to Win Friends and Influence People. The summary from the famous author Dale Carnegie. You will learn easy practical strategies that will help you succeed in any social settings. And here are the key notes points. Note number 1. Praise is more powerful than criticism. People become defensive when we criticize them, which makes them uncomfortable. When someone tells them they are incorrect, they often take it personally. It is in human nature to defend their action. What's worse, even when criticism is well intended, people often hold it against the critic for a long time. Not of what we have done, but we have a tendency to think we are right. Just consider how we feel when we are criticized by others if we find it difficult to critique ourselves. It's true that occasionally people need to persuade to modify their behavior. But what can we do if condemning them won't help? Simple, we should give them praise. Everyone wants to feel important and valued, and a few words of praise can help you achieve your goals more quickly than any number of critics or complaints can. Charles Schwab, a spectacularly successful steel industrialist, held this idea. In his decades of business expertise, Schwab discovered that supporting or praising individuals yields much greater results than criticizing them. Praise strengthens our connection and motivates us to work harder and more effectively. Note number 2. Make each person you encounter feel fascinating and significant. Imagine this. After a long day at work, you arrive home to see your puppy rushing for you as soon as you open the door. She is bouncing up in joy and her tail is wagging. Your adorable furry companion makes you smile widely. You will understand why people keep dogs as pets if you own one. Dogs make us feel good. Dogs are excellent friends because they are unable to conceal their love for humans. There is a lesson to be learned from dogs, and it will make it easier for you to make friends. Well, you can start by giving up on attempting to be captivating. It is unsuccessful. Rarely do people show much interest in the specific of another life or interest. They typically only care about themselves and their own life though. So, by demonstrating your interest in a stranger will win them over quickly. How do you manage that? So, when you meet someone, start by genuinely expressing your joy. It should be greeted with smile and enthusiasm. And be sure to say it when you speak to him. Simply put, let them know you are glad to have them around. Don't stop there, either. It's not enough to just be kind and interested in people if you want to actually leave a good impression. You must also give them a sense of importance. Note number 3. Encouraging others to speak up and paying close attention when they do. We all value good listeners, yet it frequently feels like there are not enough of them around. We all enjoy talking about our accomplishments, worries, histories, and future plans. However, it is not how you make friends. That is actually how you lose them. No one enjoys those who dominate conversation. Take the opposite approach if you want to make good impression and win people over. Ask them to share with you about their lives and hobbies, and pay close attention to what they have to say. Do you want to make friends at work with the new guy? Ask him open-ended inquiries, such as how he likes his new job or if he has any hobbies, as he might love addressing them. Don't forget to pay attention. It would be better if you didn't encourage them to talk at all if you are going to appear disengaged and uninterested while they are talking. Note number 4. Disagree politely if you can't avoid getting into a fight. How do you prevail in a debate? By tying up your opponent in useless debate? through demonstrating the accuracy of your data and figures, or by defying pointing out a logical flaw in your adversary's argument? All of them are bad ideas. If you win debate like that, your adversary will grow to dislike you. And if your adversary dislikes you, you can be sure he will never agree with you. Nobody prevails when disagreement escalates into a full-fledged argument, but occasionally a disagreement is unavoidable. Never say you are wrong to someone when trying to persuade them that what you are saying is true. Being so direct in your argument won't convince your opponent to agree with you. He will instead take offense, stick to his guns, and make every effort to disprove you. However, how do you convince someone who disagrees with you to work with you? The secret is just to accept the idea that you could be mistaken. Consider stating something like this: "You know, I could be mistaken. Let's examine the data." This frequently suffices to disarm a resolute foe. And if it turns out that you were in fact mistaken, accept defeat graciously and make an effort to be the first to acknowledge your error. Preemptively owning up to your mistakes encourages others to take a more lenient approach. On the other hand, don't celebrate if it turns out that you were correct. If you present it as humiliation, your opponent is not likely to change their mind. Note number 5. Obtain initial agreement from others before gradually leading them to concur with your conclusion. The Greek philosopher Socrates was skilled in the art of persuasion. He got people to agree to things they had never believed before by asking the right question in the right ways. What was his secret? He made sure to put them in a positive frame of mind though. That indicates that he trained them to always say yes. How did he manage to do that? First, he started talk with assumptions that were universally accepted. The conversation gradually veered into murkier ground after that. What, therefore, can we take away from Socrates? It is wise to model your persuasiveness after Socrates. You have already won half the battle if you can get people to start nodding while you speak. It becomes exceedingly difficult to convince someone to change their mind when they reject one of your arguments. People frequently invest emotionally in defending beliefs they have publicly expressed. Their reputation for wisdom and sound judgment is at stake after all. The same logic also explains why people like their own original ideas above those of others. We feel independent when we forward our own view. It can occasionally seem like taking commands when you accept someone else. What then can you do with this knowledge? You could, however, assist others in coming to those conclusions on their own, rather than attempting to persuade them that your opinions are the correct ones. You may frequently influence others to reach your conclusion on their own by getting them in an affirmative frame of mind and by asking questions that point them in the right direction. Note number 6. Make an effort to understand others' perspective. Most individuals value compassion. Often, all it takes to put things right again when tension mounts and tempers start to flare is a sympathetic remark. Sometimes, all it takes to calm a displeased client or irate friend is to say, "I absolutely get where you are coming from. I would experience the same emotion in your shoes." In fact, showing empathy for others might really help you control your impatience and aggravation in addition to make them feel good. You can become more tolerant of behavior that once annoyed and angered you by becoming aware of the cause behind people's action. Therefore, the next time someone's behavior irritates you, take a moment to think about it from their perspective. In one book's stories, J. Magnum described how he can encounter a challenging circumstance. He needed to schedule some repairs at a hotel because he worked for an elevator maintenance company. The hotel manager didn't want to close the elevator for more than 2 hours, but Jay knew the work would take the whole day. What did Jay do then? Did he claim it was difficult to speed the repairs? No. He took a moment to consider the situation from manager perspective. Jay assured him that he recognized his need to maintain the guest satisfaction. However, he emphasized that if the repairs were not made right away, the elevator would eventually require much more extensive repairs. Naturally, the management approved of 8-hour closure. Note number 7. Raising the bar will inspire others to reach it. Humans enjoy being praised, and we detest disappointing those who have faith in us. When we praise someone's reputation, we can take advantage of the fact that we are both rewarding them for their past accomplishment and setting a high bar for their future work. To put it another way, if you want someone to acquire a certain trait, act as though they already do. Praise your child for sharing with others if you want her to be more giving. Create an image of her as a youngster who is giving and generous. When a dentist by the name of Dr. Martin Fitzhugh realized that the standard of his office cleaner appeared to be dropping, he employed exactly this strategy. A client had expressed displeasure over the condition of the dentist's metal cup holder. Even though it was only the cup holder, the error made Dr. Fitzhugh appear unprofessional. But instead of reprimanding his cleaner, he sent her a very sweet and thankful note in which he thanked her for her hard work and praised her effort. Then, as a side note, he said that he could occasionally pay her more if she needed to work later, only to take care of irregularities like the cup holder. The outcome? The cleaner's job greatly improved from the point forward, and she never once needed to put in extra time. Praise and expression of appreciation for others' labor are kind, but they are also a clever method to ensure that they will put up at least as much effort moving forward. Making new acquaintances and mending broken connections will become simpler for you if you can make it a habit and combine it with other advice in these videos. Final key message. In order to properly influence others, you must make an effort to comprehend their viewpoints. Everyone enjoys being heard, understood, and made to feel significant. You will always be in favor if you can accomplish these things for other people. I hope this video is helpful. Please subscribe to our channel so we can make more content like this. If you have any question or would like more information, I recommend checking out the book for more in-depth exploration of the concept discussed. And hope you can apply knowledge in this book and become the center of love. Thanks for watching.